Hey, good morning, everybody. It's a continuation of Early Mornings LALATE. I'm still here, you're still here, and her hairstyle has still stayed the same. Hope you're good and safe. It's a 6:30 edition, the bottom of the hour, and the continuation of Early Mornings LA with big updates about your second stimulus check, and now renewed focus on third stimulus, as Los Angeles County went on a early version of what could be perceived as a future lockdown. Restaurants are shuttered as of this Wednesday, and this could signal a very dark situation for businesses in other cities and states across the country. With no stimulus in place, the push is going to be underway to get stimulus out, because how can you survive during the thick of winter with no stimulus packages in place? Renewed focus, and I'm going to give you the details. Moreover, I'm going to explain how you can get money right now. It's a great day. I'm so glad you're here, and this is Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LALATE. It's 6:30 a.m. on the East Coast, and boy, it's a Monday morning, and I'm so glad you're here. The toast is toast and the butter is butter, and I'm here, you're here. And boy, the renewed focus of this channel, and thank God it is to get you money right now, because the situation is changing by the hour. And today is less than 48 hours in which Los Angeles will have all restaurants shut down operations. All they have is takeout. This is back to really the first day in which this channel launched. On April 25th, everything was closed. You saw a kid on standing with spiky hair, a little bit more spikier than this, with a t-shirt in front of an empty beach, and that's because every restaurant was closed. And yeah, I had something to go that day. I think you can sort of tell what I had been drinking. But that was the birth of this channel, and that's sort of where we're now coming back to, and that means stimulus. But the focus is to get you stimulus. I'm getting viewers money right now. This is stimulus money right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 breakfasts from now. I'm getting you money right now, and as you start the new day, I hope you subscribe, because boy, no one is dedicated to getting more viewers by the minute of stimulus in their hands right now. And I'm not talking about $500 stimulus checks. I'm talking about thousands of dollars. So please subscribe to this channel. Also like this video. In this video, I'll be going over how to get money right now, how to perceive the path of the second stimulus coming forward, what other money you can get locally besides what I've been detailing in the last 24 hours, and what could be happening thereafter. More about the $2,400 for SSI and SSDI and other things as well. If you've not noticed, there's a live chat going on this channel, and that live chat is because this is an instant premiere. As an instant premiere, we have a lot of fun. Same faces, same coffee. Same coffee channel, same coffee guy. And so chat along. If you have questions finding a grant, drop it in the comment questions. If you're tuning in at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when the live chat is featured. So where are you from? Where are you waking up this morning? Do you need a grant there? Drop it in the comments, and someone will be able to respond back to you. Maybe they'll be able to help you. That's the spirit of this channel. And let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that Los Angeles is basically signaling where the rest of the country could be very quickly. And that is either a forced closure of businesses on the eve of a lockdown, or ostensibly a lockdown. Whether it's a curfew, a lockdown, or a restriction on business operations, they're unfolding across the country. And now there's a new pressure on Congress to do stimulus more than ever. And not that because business owners are more important than individuals, but ultimately individuals are paid by businesses to be employed, and businesses provide the income for cities and counties, and if they don't have income, then everything sort of implodes. And this is why this week may be the difference. This week is the first week since arguably March or May in which you have closures across the country in major cities, Los Angeles, Chicago, and others. And with that, you can't avoid the situation of the need for a second stimulus and second stimulus check. Moreover, what makes this even compound is that President-elect Joe Biden's chief COVID person says, well, to go on lockdown, we should really go on lockdown for 2 to 3 weeks, and I will provide, and we should have a stimulus paid to all American citizens before they go on lockdown. Well, for example, on lockdown in Los Angeles, the businesses will be shut down for now 3 weeks, and no one is being given stimulus. So it is turning out to be a situation which people should be given the stimulus before the lockdown, and it's not being done. So what the good news is that I and the people who are volunteering, of which there's 4, and if more people want to volunteer, please DM me on Twitter or DM me on Instagram or Facebook. More people are volunteering because I'm getting people money now. This is rent, this is utilities, and ultimately, if you get thousands of dollars of money right now, who cares where the money is coming from? Ultimately, it relieves some of the financial burden of this pandemic. Also, unemployment benefits. I'm getting people $9,000, $10,000. And EIDL, minutes before I recorded this video, I saw a very nice DM for a person who said, I did what you said for EIDL and SBA, and it looks like I did it fine. I did it correctly. It looks like I'm going to get $1,300. You know, that's so incredible and such an inspiring story for me. And I got to tell you why. Is because back when I was doing EIDLs in April and May and June, people were trying to chase $130,000 EIDLs and $200,000 EIDLs. And here's a person who clearly had done some type of business operations, probably about $3,000 in income in 2019 or $4,000. Not a lot of money, but understood what the information I'm imparting for EIDL, sole practitioner, gig worker, side hustle, Uber, Lyft, sold pottery, cuts hairs, mows people's lawns, but certainly declared the income on that 2019 tax return, or had not done the tax return and quickly got the tax return in and then declared the income, and then said, hey, you know what? I didn't make a lot of money in 2019, but I certainly qualify for an EIDL, and I'm going to go get it. And that person understood that maybe with $3,000 of income, I can go get a $1,300 EIDL. And $1,300 may not seem like a lot of money to some people, but that is more than a stimulus check from the Democratic Party, and a lot more of a stimulus check than Mitch McConnell ever offered you. So there you go. And that's what's so inspiring. That person will get $1,300, presumably, and then what will happen, will not have to pay it back till at least it has to pay nothing back for the first year. So that brings all the way to the end of next year, 2021 December. We're out of the pandemic. We're past the pandemic, 6 months post-pandemic. And then after that has to repay it over 30-something years. You know how little money over 30-something years, $1,300 is? I think it's like $7 a year or $10 a year. It's almost nothing. Everyone can afford $10 a year over 30 years. And what's important is that you can repay it early if you want. So after a few years, 2023, you're like, you know what? I only have $300 left on this thing. I'll just pay the $300 back. It got me through a very difficult time. And so that is why it's so important. Food grants. I am having people get food grants. If you live in New York City and you understand that New York City did rent grants, but ultimately you wanted a rent grant and you can't get one because it's too late now, consider a food grant, consider a utility grant. They're there. They're there. So go get them. Next, stimulus. Do I think a stimulus package is going to get passed? Yes. Do I think it's going to be as robust as it should be? No. What do I think it's going to have in it? I think it's going to have stimulus checks. I think it's going to have unemployment benefits. I think it's going to have PPP. It's important to understand that you, as the Purple Power, have so much to do right now. You have to be searching to get these grants. Then you have to be pushing Mitch McConnell to understand that, and Chuck Schumer, to understand that there's all this incredible money that can be repurposed. And by repurposing existing money, as Steve Mnuchin once said in a writing, this Treasury Secretary to Donald Trump, and as Donald Trump once said in a series of statements to press and in written statements, it doesn't require a 3,000-page bill. to just write to write something and say, you know what, we're going to repurpose this existing money for that. It's as simple as this. For example, if they wanted to repurpose the $800 billion that Steve Mnuchin identified on Friday as another round of LWA, all they would have to do is say, this money is repurposed. It would literally be a one-page bill. If you remember back in August, when Carol Maloney, the representative out of New York, who did the postal bill, the standalone postal bill, when Nancy was chasing the postman, remember that? Remember when I held up the bill? The bill was 5 sentences long, 8 sentences long. It was barely even a page. And so bills can be done very quickly, very concisely when there's a time of urgency. Now's the time of urgency, folks. So these things need to get loud and clear. Go on social media and make it very clear to Mitch McConnell. Repurpose that CARES Act 1 money. That $800 billion could be a $5,000 stimulus check. Repurpose it right now. Get it out. Get it out to American citizens. They need it. Also, repurpose the money that's coming back from the Federal Reserve. It's coming back today. It's Monday. It's going to be coming back all this week. Then repurpose the money that Steve Mnuchin has. Repurpose that as well. Ultimately, the focus needs to be on point. You never know what's going on with congressmen. And this is what I have to impart this Monday as well. With congressmen, you never know if they're going to go off point. Mitch McConnell has sometimes focused more on businesses than individuals, and you don't want him to do that again. What's incredibly important is that there's 3 ways for you to get money right now. CARES Act 1 grants, second, escalated benefits, and third, EIDL. And I want you to get that money right now while we also push for second stimulus. And I'm really excited and so energized by the spirit, the camaraderie, the helpfulness, the politeness, the sweetness, and the very niceness of how the viewers of this channel are interacting on dealing with this money right now situation. You clearly understand we have not left second stimulus by the wayside. We're still focused on this, but we're also focused on getting money right now. And you understand that sometimes you'll get the phone on, pick up the phone, and someone will be very rude at City Hall. You've gotten used to how to move on for that. There's 3 ways to do it. There's that money right now for CARES Act 1 money, calling up your city and county, asking for rent assistance, utility assistance, and food assistance. Then they're also calling up your housing authority, your state housing authority, not city or county, your state housing authority. Then escalate benefits, pulling your 2019 tax return, looking and see if you qualify for escalate benefits. Watch the 6 o'clock version of this channel. I went over more about that as well. And then EIDL. EIDL became thousands of dollars that you could get right away. And this is what I want you to know. Viewers is constantly sending me DMs about new grants that they hear. So if you hear a grant, send it to me in private message. And these grants I'm posting to the community page of this channel. Where is it? Go to youtube.com/LALATE. Go to the front page of this channel. If you're watching this video, just go to the front page. You'll see the following words at the top: videos, playlists, community. On that community, then click there and make sure you're subscribed and hitting the alert button so you get an alert when a new video goes live and something's posted to the community, because in that post I will be posting things as they come in. And what's important to understand is that things are sometimes not where you think they are for your city and county, but ultimately they're still there. There is grants being announced, and we have a couple weeks of this, and ultimately in those couple weeks, this could make the difference. I started this path to get you this money by these grants I think it was around Thursday. So we're doing really well, and things may change. If you get a grant, send me the success story and tell me how you did it, because ultimately the way you achieve something may be different than the way I told viewers, and it may involve some type of nuance that I need to impart to them as well. With that, go to the front channel, subscribe, because I don't want you to miss anything. I don't want you to miss anything by the minute. Also hit the alert button. I don't want you to lose focus about stimulus. Congress is not gone yet. They're on recess, which doesn't mean they've left town. They can still get a deal hatched. They can call back people to town within 24 hours to vote on something. So understand that. Next, also like this video. Coming up at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is Mornings LA. I'll have big updates on what's going on midday. We'll see what's going on with Wall Street, because Wall Street may go back crazy as it starts to see more lockdowns. That is what we talk about with second stimulus and third stimulus. They're going to say, hey, you have lockdowns and you don't have stimulus in place. This could really implode this economy. You can't do this. You need to get stimulus out. I don't care how much debt it costs or doesn't cost. Get it out, because ultimately you can't do it to this economy. You can't let people be left with nothing. And ultimately, you're not going to be left with nothing, because I'm here, you're here, and we're going to get through this together. We're part of this community, and there's a reason why this community functions and works as well as it does, because we get to the finish line together. As always, stay positive, stay focused, stay smiling. Have a great morning, and see you in a little bit on Mornings LA. Take care.